With the recent Arctic conditions, winter tyres have been flying off their shelves and there's now a shortage of them across the country. But with a set likely to cost around £300, are they really worth it, even in this weather? Winter tyres certainly have their advantages, and let me explain why. Standard tyres like these start to harden up when the temperature drops below 7 degrees, meaning when it's icy, you are far more likely to be slipping off the road. Where winter tyres have a different compound and a different tread pattern, so when it gets cold, these remain more flexible and much more likely to keep you going in a straight line. From almost zero winter tyre sales 3 years ago, this garage is now fitting to 200 cars a month. No wonder they're fans.
They are not just a no tyre, but during snowy conditions, at 20 miles an hour, braking is reduced by 11 metres. That is 3 car lengths. That makes a difference whether you hit the car in front or you don't hit the car in front.
Some people might think having 2 sets of tyres is a bit extravagant.
Well, most people have lots of sets of footwear. You have the right footwear and the right conditions. You wouldn't wear flip-flops to walk to the pole, would you?
In Europe, winter tyre sales are far more common. A country like Germany now even made them compulsory. Here in the UK, only 2% drives fit them, perhaps because of cost. Because with a full set of winter tyres costing several £100, you could be pretty sure that you're going to get good use out of them before laying out all your hard-earned cash. On top of that, top 5 leading insurance companies have told us they won't reduce your premiums as a result of using them. The UK's winters aren't as predictable or as severe as on the continent. And the main, it's the coldest parts of the country which will get the kind of regular benefit Europeans have from their winter tyres. But when it's as wintry as this, there's no denying they really do work. I've noticed a big difference with these tyres. Just drop around here, which is so icy, not once did I slip. What about the cons? What about the downside?
You need to consider, because there's a slight increase in price, about 15%, then you've got to take off in the summer months, so there's a little bit of hassle involved there. It's not advised to drive on winter tyres through the summer months. They hold you on the road adequately, but obviously the compounded tyre is a lot softer, so it's going to wear out a lot quicker, but it potentially save life. And anything that's going to do that, you've got to consider it seriously.
Of course, from around £50 there are also tyre chains, all these new tyre socks too. But are they a realistic alternative to specialist tyres?
They're a real urgency. At the end of the day, you hear so often hear reports of women standing in the car or abandoning their cars and making their way home on foot. Well, if you've got them in the boot, then potentially you're going to get to that situation. You can always get yourself home.
If you're planning on doing a lot of mileage in glossy weather conditions, better winter tyres is probably your most sensible option. However, you're just a lot used. Perhaps a tyre chains or tyre socks might be enough just for those little emergencies. Of course, you could just walk.